The drivers page in LoadCall lets you create and manage logins for individuals who will be transporting your commodities. Drivers with these accounts are able to log into either an Android or iOS app on their device and get access to dispatched work as well as onboarding, compliance, and other features. In order to create a new driver account, all you have to do is click on the green New Driver button up here at the top, which will open a page where you put in their name, their email, password, optionally their phone number, which is a good idea to include, and the carrier that they're operating under, which may be a third-party, owner-operator, or whatever else. An important thing to note in here is you need to use their real email right here. You don't want to put junk fake email in here, because if they forget their password, the only way to recover the account is for an email to trigger to this email so they can reset their password. So make sure that they have access to this email and that it's real, and that they're not just filling out something just to appease you. So once you've set up the account, you'll go ahead and click Create Driver, either at the top or the bottom, which I'm not going to do in this case. And on this page, you will see that we have all of these drivers that have created accounts. Those that have been deleted or deactivated will have a gray line through them, showing that they are no longer an active driver. So if you have a lot of drivers, you can go ahead and click on Search and type in the driver name. You can search by name in this case and search for a driver that way. Otherwise, you can click through here to see the different pages of drivers, but we're not going to do that in this case. We're just going to look at these first couple. And some things to note is that almost all of the options are over here under the 3-dot menu. So in here, you can see there's quite a few other options that are not included in other directory pages because there's more things going on with drivers that we'll cover quick. So the view page for drivers, if you click on this view, will open up a window where you can see the driver information, the driver's location if you load a map, as well as a log of any changes made to this driver's account. So you can also see any current assigned loads, their odometer, and a little bit more information in here. So one option there to view them. You can also view them on dispatch board and other parts of the product, but that's kind of the simple contact info and basic location and other information view. If you want to edit a driver account, you can click on this edit button, which will open up basically the same form. However, the email cannot be changed after you create an account, and you can't change the password either. So you want to make sure to get this right the first time. The password obviously can be reset, which is an option right here to send a password reset email. So you can trigger this to a driver after you create an account so they can just kind of finish the setup process themselves if you want to put in like a dummy password and send it and then they can finish it up. Alternatively, they can trigger this themselves if they forget their password on the login page. The optional ID right here lets you open up a window where you can put in an identifier for a driver. Sometimes you may have another system that you want to put an ID in with them, and on reports or in our API you want to pull out this ID and have it tied to a driver. So that's an opportunity to put another kind of like identifier tag on a driver, mostly for reporting purposes. Not used very often, but once in a while it does come up. The other main thing in here that we're going to cover is manage equipment assignments. So if I come in on one of these guys and click manage equipment assignments, you can see the driver, the carrier that they're tied to, and their truck and trailer. And you can jump into these tabs to see the list of all the trucks and all the trailers. In this case, there's just one truck and one trailer tied to this specific carrier, since the demo driver is tied to A&D transport. If they were tied to a different carrier, you would have different access to different trucks and trailers. And what you can do in here, and drivers can do this in the app too, they need to log into their correct truck and trailer in order to operate. But in here, you can do that for them as well. So we can unlink them from their truck and their trailer. And then if we want to link them, we can choose from a list the truck and trailer that they are currently assigned to, which will show this also the truck and trailer side on their respective directory pages. The last couple things in here, you'll notice there's view hours of service, open onboarding file, and open compliance file. These all open up larger other pages, so I'm going to cover those in other support videos that you can watch if you go to those pages. But the last option here is to deactivate the account, which makes it so that this driver can no longer log in to LoadCall. And if we do that, you can see that they'll kind of be grayed out here. And if they are grayed out, then you can always go ahead and reactivate their account. If they are taking a leave of absence for several months and you want to deactivate it, you can deactivate it and then they come back. Or if they quit and then they come back to you, then you can always reactivate their accounts here. But if it's grayed out right here, then they cannot log in, they cannot receive loads, they can't do anything. So something to be aware of there. And yeah, that pretty much sums up everything within the drivers page of LoadCall.